We've all been there before. We're raving about Bob's Burgers, and the person we're raving about it to has heard of it, but they've never actually seen an episode.
And so, of course, you desperately want to convert them to a Bob's Burgers fan, and they say, what episode should I start with? You can't recommend all of them, so what do? We're here to help you out.
Bob's Credits. Bob's Credits.
I'm Skylar.
And I'm Max, and together we form Bob's Credits,
A podcast that goes episode by episode through the Bob's Burgers seasons. But we specifically focus on the Bob's Burgers end credit sequences because let's be real, they're brilliant. And today we're here to help you convert your friends into Bob's Burgers fans.
We can do it.
Oh, easily.
Let's do this.
So what do you tell that person? You could tell them to start from the beginning, which is how we started the show.
It's true, but to be honest, I actually don't think that's how you can hook someone into the Bob's Burgers world. I think it's much better to recommend a specific episode that has all the things we love about Bob's Burgers in it.
Just like any other show out there, it takes a little while to find its footing and become the show that we've all grown to love. We've selected episodes that we think perfectly encapsulate what Bob's Burgers is all about. Heart, humor, improv, music.
Oh,
together.
Yeah.
Same time.
Jinx!
But don't let that stop you from commenting below and telling us what you think is the perfect episode to recommend.
everyone's taste is so different across the board that they might not necessarily be the episodes you'd recommend, but we still want to know.
And also comment below if you think we're right, because that makes us feel so good.
It does.
Yeah, we just
Agree with us.
Who doesn't like being right?
So here are 5 episodes that will convert your friends into Bob's Burgers fans.
First up, let's jump all the way to season 6, the finale, episode 19, Glued Where's My Bob? First of all, it takes place in the restaurant, Bob's Burgers, and focuses on the family itself.
It's a great intro to what the restaurant is, how the family functions within the restaurant, and then, of course,
Hijinks. Hijinks ensues.
Started by Louise. I mean, it is pretty funny that Bob gets glued to the toilet because Louise is trying to prank one of her siblings.
It was supposed to be for Jean.
And it also hits at the core of the show, which is Bob. He has this opportunity to get this amazing interview, and of course, everything is working against him. It makes you love Bob and root for him so much.
It also perfectly displays Bob's straight man surrounded by huge characters. You get all these characters popping in who, if you're watching it for the first time, you probably don't know them, but you get a sense of the world and these supporting aspects of the world.
And you'll fall in love with them, for sure.
No, please don't chant that. Oh, it's in a good way.
We couldn't talk about this episode without talking about the music.
Bob's Burgers doesn't start out as a musical show, but it has become one of the best musical shows around.
It's phenomenal music, and this song, Bad Things Happen in the Bathroom, it's one of my favorite songs from the whole series.
Bad stuff happens in the bathroom. I'm just glad that it happens in a vacuum.
Just Bob and Louise singing about what's going on in the episode as a duo is just so super charming.
Also, fun fact for those of you who love the details, in the end credits, Bob holds Louise like she's a little girl, which is so rare because she feels like such an adult character. It literally made me cry when we covered the end credits on our podcast. All right, next up, number 2, Turkey in a Can, which comes from season 4, episode 5.
Bob's Burgers has the best holiday episodes.
Particularly Thanksgiving episodes. Is this the first Thanksgiving episode?
That's a good question.
I think it is. So this is the episode.
I'll probably put down right here if we're right or not.
This episode intros Bob's love for Thanksgiving, and what isn't more relatable than being surrounded by wacky family during Thanksgiving? Someone is going to be able to relate to that super easily.
The show also presents a whodunit, and who doesn't love a whodunit?
Who did it?
So you get to enjoy the episode trying to figure out who is responsible for putting all of Bob's turkeys in the toilet.
It's a super wonderful device to really hook in a viewer very, very quickly. Also, I think it's really relatable. This dad is just trying to do something nice for his family, and someone keeps putting a turkey in the toilet. I want to watch that episode. We don't want to give away the culprit in this episode in case people are spoiler sensitive, but how this episode wraps up is so satisfying. It's a big dose of warm family Thanksgiving vibes.
Third episode to recommend.
Tina what?
Tina Ranosaurus Rex.
Tina Ranosaurus Rex, which is from season 3.
Episode 7. And if you can say it without messing it up, good for you.
Gold star.
And if you
I
can
just
say
winked. It just felt right. Yeah.
Should I wink? Mine's creepy, yours is great. Okay.
No.
This has one of the best moments of all time on Bob's Burgers.
Maybe one of the moments that is played on the internet over and over again.
Bob lets Tina drive in a parking lot. We don't want to give too much away, but it's one of the best father-daughter, heartfelt and humorous moments on the show.
If you are someone that is anxious, you will immediately fall in love with Tina. Basically, there's an insurance scandal that Tina is way too good-hearted to want to partake in, and yet she does. You will walk away falling in love with not only the family, but particularly Tina.
You learn really quickly that she is the conscience of the show.
Let's see your everything is okay face. No. No.
Next up, V for Valentine Detta.
Season 8, Episode 8. Bob's Burgers is a show that has done the most amazing job at introducing you to new characters. And this episode has one of the best of all time.
Nat Kinkle.
Hi, hello. I'm your driver. Call me Nat.
Nat King Cole? Nat King
Nat
Cole.
Kinkle. Did we just get that?
We've talked about that on the podcast before, but we'll pretend like, whoa, it's supposed to sound like Nat King Cole.
I have no recollection. This is a Valentine's Day episode, and there is nothing quite as fun as rooting against a boy who breaks one of your favorite characters' hearts. Now, I know your friends won't know Tina by the time they watch this, but they'll fall in love with her like that and be rooting with her in seconds.
It's also a great example of when they split the family up into different pairings. Every episode of Bob's Burgers, you can like mix and match characters and you get a completely different dynamic.
So not only do you have this amazing, fun, hilarious feminist storyline, you also have a father-son B story. And something that is so amazing about the show is the way that these parents love their children. And watching a dad openly express his love for his son feels really powerful. It's one of my favorite emotional moments of the whole series.
I feel like I could do anything.
Should we just go home and watch TV?
Yes.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, pal.
And finally, number 5, another holiday episode, The Haunting, Season 6, Episode 3. Bob's Burgers does Halloween like none other.
Here's the premise. Louise, the youngest child, swears that nothing will scare her anymore. She's scare immune. And so her parents decide to put on a haunted house. We're not going to spoil anything. Maybe the best Bob's Burgers episode ever. Once again, you're hitting all the themes. First of all, it's a feel-good Halloween episode. Who doesn't love a Halloween episode? But you also have all the family feels, hysterical one-liners,
Ah! Is this what Burning Man is? Because I don't like it!
and introducing someone to a Louise-specific episode is a great way to start Bob's Burgers.
Louise eventually, over the course of the series, kind of becomes the heart of the show.
Even though she's the most mischievous, we learn so much through her throughout the entire series.
And we also get an end credit sequence that features the family dancing to Tina and Louise's favorite boy band group, Boys for Now. We want to give you just an honorable mention. Season 13 gave us a Christmas episode that Bob's Burgers fans were crying over, The Plight Before Christmas.
We give this an honorable mention because while this is one of my favorite episodes, I don't think it's the right one to start with, and here's why.
The payoff from this episode comes from getting to know these characters and this family and their quirks and how much they love each other. You would really be doing yourself a disservice to watch this before watching some other episodes and really getting to know them.
Cool!
So this was our list, but we also have to say the episodes that you love and that really touch your heart are also the perfect ones to share with your friends.
That's why we really do want you to share in the comment section below so that anyone else watching this can see your recommendations as well. Also, go check out our podcast, Bob's Credits, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
And if you liked this video, you should check out the other videos that are popping up on the screen right now.
I feel like I'm petting Biscuit like I'm an evil like villain.